Good afternoon, and thank you for joining our webinar designed exclusively for Discover Design exhibitors. We're going to go through some things that only Discover Design exhibitors have benefits for. So we're excited to be here. These are your presenters today. I'm Nancy Michael, Lindsay Pearson,
Debbie Teschke, and Dawn Whitman.
So we'll take questions during this webinar at any time. You just use your chat function on your screen, and you'll hear a prompter come in and talk about the question, and then we'll answer as we go. So we're going to hand it over to Lindsay, who manages Discover Design, and she's going to take you through some of these exclusive benefits.
Good afternoon, everyone. These are some of the benefits that are designed specifically for Discover Design, as Nancy mentioned earlier. The first being that Discover Design is in its new location again for the second year at the front of the North Hall. We've expanded it since the last year a little bit, as well as it's designed to reach a broader audience. Also, some of the benefits are the blogs. I sent out a newsletter yesterday, so you highlighted a little bit about Vicki Matranga and her history, as well as how that can benefit you in growing your brand within the industry. We also have the reception, which is the Toast to Trends. It's the Sunday night reception, and we'll get into the details of that a little bit later on. The postcard distribution, the gallery display, which is a free opportunity. The gallery is located at the front of the North Hall. The newsletter that I just mentioned yesterday, that the first one was sent out yesterday, and the next one will go the next week or so. And then our buyer outreach program through the call center. With Discover Design and the new look and new location, for those of you that weren't with us last year marked the refresh of our brand for the entire show. We do this every 4 years. With that, we introduced the new location for Discover Design. It used to be in the back of the South Hall and in a very tight space, unfortunately. So what we did was that we moved to the front of the North Hall. We added a 25-foot aisle and really broadened the exhibitor base. So we're still promoting the Discover Design section as a new location going into 2017. As our continued goal is to change the buyer behavior and broaden our reach to include new buyers. We launched it successfully with the refresh of our brand at the 2016 show, and with your help, we'll have an even better 2017 show. Highlighting the blogs again. These blogs is with an industry veteran that's a very wonderful colleague of ours, Vicki Matranga. She puts together exclusive blogs to Discover Design participants. Essentially, it's an interview that then we'll post on our social media sites, and you'll post on your social media sites. In another way, it's a great way to build your brand within the industry. The reception is Sunday night. It's the Toast to Trends. It will have a new location. It is at the front entrance to the North Hall. It's near the Discover Design Gallery and the 23rd Street Bistro. Music and hors d'oeuvres will be served.
We're also working on an invitation that you'll be able to distribute to your buyers on site to invite them to this. And again, this is an exclusive reception just for Discover Design exhibitors. It's only open to buyers and media. So just so you know that we try to get an exclusive audience there so you can actually talk and network and do your thing.
The next slide is the postcard distribution. We've designed 3 different postcards. 105,000 of these postcards will be distributed by us to the top retailers registered for the show. The pre-show experience mailing will include 70,000 people will receive these postcards, as well as through the attendee badge mailing, we'll get another 25,000 postcards mailed out, and then the rest would be distributed on site.
And then you're looking at last year's postcards. The new postcards for 2017 will have new imagery.
And added opportunities with Discover Design is the Discover Design Gallery display. This is, again, exclusive to Discover Design exhibiting companies, and it's a free opportunity. Also, watch for the newsletter. Next week, I'll send another one with upcoming deadlines and Freeman reminders and various needs. The biggest upcoming thing is sending product shots for our catalog, which was in that newsletter that I sent out to you yesterday. The final is the buyer's outreach via the call center. If you can provide us your list, we'll call them to register for the show. This is a really, really great program in that we will exclusively call your buyers on your behalf and let them know where to find you. If you have any jargon, little sales pitch that you want us to say, we'll say that. But it's a great added touch to get out to your buyer.
So before we move on to the marketing kit, Lindsay mentioned the gallery catalog. That is also a free service that we do just for Discover Design exhibitors, and she mentioned about imagery. So we put together a gallery book that's distributed at our on-site. It's distributed at our GEO Award dinner, which is our global awards dinner. So it's an amazing opportunity. The book receives many accolades. It's a beautiful catalog that highlights your company name and one product image or a grouping of product images. And please, please, please take advantage of that and watch for your deadlines, because we're in the holidays come, and then we're rounding third and headed for home. So I need you to pay attention to dates. Okay, the marketing kit. On your screen now, you'll see a picture of 2017 exhibitor marketing opportunities. You all should have received a copy of this in the mail in mid-November. If you did not receive it, don't worry. You can do everything online. The physical book is actually meant to be a guide to help you online. All ordering of services and additional information is all listed on the website, and there's the URL right on your screen. housewares.org/marketing will take you right to it. So a lot of the opportunities we offer you are free opportunities, and this webinar is kind of designed to talk to you about your pre-show planning, your on-site marketing opportunities, and your show follow-up. And it's really important that you have a plan for all of these, because it's a big show and there's a lot of buyers, and trust me, they're relying on you to follow up, because they have the same issues when they get back to their desks after showtime. So the first thing, and probably the most important thing we do and offer, is our buyers list. So this list is downloadable through the marketing kit, and you can sort it by retail channel and category, and you can, it's on Excel, you can sort it in a million different ways. This is a list of all the buyers that registered for the 2016 show. Now when you get to that, you'll say, Nancy, why aren't there any emails? We need the emails. So this is something that we visit with our buyers on. We have 3 advisory councils. We meet with 3 different retail groups during the show, and we ask the question every year, how do you feel about us giving your emails out? And every year they say, no, thank you. So this is actually a directive from our buyers, but everything else is on that list: phone number, fax number, address. And if you're good at cracking codes, you can sometimes figure out the buyer's email just by going to their website and understanding what their how they classify. So important, do that one. In talking to our exhibitors, we've found that those who use this list and go on that kind of 3-touch marketing system have had great success. We recommend phone campaigns, a mailing campaign. We have fax up there because it's so infrequent now that people get faxes, although a lot of times the fax numbers now will go right onto your email as an alert, so that's a good way to do it. But the other thing is really making sure that you are alerting your buyers and your customer base on your social media outlets, your Facebook page, your own company website. You know, you need to get the word out like you would for any other show, and especially for our show, you want to reach all those people that might not think about our show as an option, which it should be. Okay, so Housewares Connect 365. We're going to go into kind of a long extended section here that Dawn's going to take you through. This is probably right up there with the buyer's list in terms of most important tools. You'll hear us refer to it as HC 365, and Dawn will kind of clarify. She refers to it a lot as update your company listing. So she's going to take you through this, and it's a free opportunity, and it's a must-do.
So why should you use Housewares Connect 365? We have had more than 1 million searches that are conducted by consumers, buyers, and media for the 2016 show. And listings that have product images or catalogs are viewed 75% more often than those without catalogs. This page is directly from our marketing kit, and you can see we also have a mobile application. So everything that you do on your company listing is also transferred to our mobile application, and many buyers walk around the show floor with their smart devices keyed into where they are located on the show floor. This tool is a great tool and can help you in so many ways. It's going to increase your searchability before the show with over 500,000 visitors visiting our website. If you add a company description telling your story, every word in your company description is searchable through keyword search. So if you're having an anniversary, or if you have a special in-booth appearance, or if you're offering special incentives, that would be the place to do it. Adding your catalogs, product images, videos, and your company logo will make your Housewares Connect page look so much more appealing to the buyers. Many of our buyers are visually stimulated by marked videos and high graphic images of your product. For your in-booth appearances, there's a special section to add if you've got a chef or if you've got some celebrity coming in. And we are also offering Made in the USA and show special alerts through this update your account. Any information regarding special news, celebrations, milestones, you can add to the special icon for this, or you can just add it in your company listing. Now you're going to go to www.housewares.org and roll your mouse over the word show. And from there, you're going to go to exhibiting at the show, and then scroll halfway through the page all the way down to that blue box that says update your company listing. You're going to need your ID and seniority number to log in. So if you don't have that handy, you can find that on your booth acknowledgement email, or you can just drop me an email and I'll shoot it right back off to you. On the left side navigation screen is where you can find all of the buttons that I had just talked about earlier. You can go through these one at a time, or you can skip through them, do every other one, do the ones that you have. You can log on anytime and as many times as you like. When you're doing your company screen on the company address, please remember that if the numbers in your phone number and street address are correct, don't add any spaces, don't add any plus signs, and you don't need to add that +1 or 011 for the phone number. We're going to talk a little bit about each button. Obviously, company address is exactly what it is. Your on-site contacts would be your U.S. sales contact, your international sales contact, a consumer contact, and public relations contact, if any. These are published on our website, so be sure that the people that you're putting in there know that they're going to be out there on a public website. For your brands and licenses, any brand identification that you have, or if you have a licensed product for Coke or Disney, that's where you would enter this. Under the products button, there's a product key where you can choose the category and subcategory that your product may fit into. That also aids in our keyword search. Company description is where you're going to tell me your story. The more interesting the story is, the better it reads. And again, remember that media and buyers are all looking at this site as well as the consumers. For your product images and your catalogs, like if you have a large catalog, it's best if you break it down. In this case, smaller is better. If it takes a buyer too long to open your catalog, they're going to get bored and close it out. They just won't do it. So if you have a large catalog that you can break down into your product categories and do each one separately, it's much more effective that way. Catalogs must be in a PDF format. Product images must be in a JPEG or a GIF. We don't take TIFF images. They don't translate well in our system. Videos that you're going to upload must come directly from the YouTube expanded link in the top URL address bar. The abbreviated YouTube addresses that are on the videos on the right side don't translate well. You need that full link.
Just a quick footnote on catalogs. Dawn's mentioned a few times about consumers. So HC365 is a public site, and our searchability is so high up on the SEO searches that often if someone's looking for a specific brand in a housewares item, the first thing that will come up on the search is Housewares Connect, so they'll often get to your company page. So it's important that you put catalogs up that don't have wholesale pricing. Your competitors are also looking at this, so just be cognizant of when you put things up, and you might want to save some of your introductions for putting those on right before the show. And when Debbie talks about the media, she'll tell you about ways that you can get your new products just in front of the media where nobody else can see it, so they remain proprietary.
Like I said before, you can log on anytime and as many times as you want up until the start of the show. Now, for your company logo, that's pretty clear. Company news, that could be a PDF. It's in a separate location. So if you have a press release that you want to attach to your listing, that would be the place to do it. Special marketing opportunities. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. That's where you'll find the Made in the USA and the smart home signs and the criteria for Made in the USA and smart home. Your in-booth appearances, you're going to list whoever you have, your celebrity in your booth. You can also put an image in here too. So before you add the image, though, make sure you have all of your ducks in a row and all the papers are signed.
Dawn, I just wanted to add that Housewares Connect 365 is searchable by keyword, and PDF files such as your press releases and your company news, it's a PDF file. That is not searchable. If you have something special about your company, say it's your anniversary or you have some big news or you're family owned or some particular details that you want the media, if they're searching 365 to find you by, I would put that in your company description section, and because they can't, the press releases aren't searchable by keyword.
That's right, Deb. And when you get down here to duplicate directory listing, this duplicate listing is for wholly owned subsidiaries where you have a parent company that is not currently exhibiting. There is a fee for this. It's $150. It is not for brand identification. And then they take you to a sign-off page, and we say thank you very much. Now, again, remember, you're going to go on to www.housewares.org/show/exhibit/DIR. One important thing you'll see here in this red box, There are organizations out there that claim to be part of Housewares or IHA and our trade association, and they are not. They offer a fair guide or expo guide, and it's a 3-year contract, and it's extremely expensive. Remember, whenever you're doing anything with IHA, our directory is free. We offer many free opportunities. Don't be fooled by someone who says that they're part of our association. If you need me to check them out, just drop me an email, and I'll be happy to check them out and let you know if they're for real. This is the cover for our printed pocket show directory. This year it's going to be an abbreviated version. The deadline for inclusion is February 3rd, and then after that we go to print. I'm going to walk you through what a buyer, the media, or a consumer would see if after you're done updating your company listing, they would happen to go to HC 365. Now, I've taken the opportunity here to do a keyword search for Casabella. This Casabella is one of the better companies that utilizes all of our features. You'll see that they've uploaded photos. They have a video. That star there means that they're offering show specials, and that plus sign would be where a buyer would click on that to enter Casabella into their private briefcase. If this is not your company, if you're searching someone else and you think, oh, this looks really nice, I want to go update mine, there's a blue icon up there that says if this is your company, you can update your listing here. When you click on that word here, it'll take you back to the login page where you need your ID and seniority number again to log in. Now, Casabella has entered a very vibrant video in their listing. They also have vibrant images of their product, and they've entered their full catalog. They've listed all of their brands and product categories and subcategories that their products fall in. They've done a very nice job of capitalizing on all the tools that we offer here. Each buyer and media representative has access to their own personal briefcase. So when they go on to Housewares Connect 365 and they search for companies that they want to go see or they want to plan out their day, they click on that orange plus sign that I indicated before, and it creates a custom floor plan. So they will go on to keywords. They can search by company, show category, brands or licenses, events. They can search the cooking theater if anyone is interested. Country, state, they can search by new exhibitor, in-booth events, or featured categories, such as maybe USA or smart home. They just choose what they want to search in, enter their keyword, and they're taken to the company. Now, after they've checked those plus signs in each individual company they want to see, in their briefcase, they have mapped out their floor plan and the companies they need to visit. Now, I've given you here, I've done a test briefcase so that you can see in the south building there are 4 companies I want to see. And based on where their booth numbers are, the red circles map my floor plan so that as a buyer, I can utilize my time appropriately and get through this very large hall in the time allotted.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about some on-site opportunities. The new product showcase is one of our few paid opportunities. And you'll see in red there, don't confuse this with the gallery display. We did have their merchandise in very similar showcases, and we've taken care to drop the word showcases from the gallery. The gallery is a free benefit only to Discover Design exhibitors. It's going to be near that reception area. You definitely want to take advantage of that. You know, it'll list, you'll show a product, it'll list your company name and your booth number. That's separate, okay? The new product showcase those are located in our buyers clubs. And we have buyers clubs in each hall, so North Hall, South Hall, and Lakeside Center. And it's a $300 product entry, and when you submit, those products go into a showcase, and again, they're labeled with your company name and booth number, and also a scan bar, and there's a picture of what it looks like. Just a note too, only buyers and media, credentialed media, are allowed in the buyers clubs. So these do remain proprietary. They will not let anybody in. They won't let you even in if you want to, you know, say I need it to be merchandised a certain way. We have merchandisers on site. You can't go in. The beauty of it, though, is a buyer, when they walk into the lounge, they're handed a scan gun. So they can go through the lounge and scan any products they're interested in seeing. When they leave the buyers club, they're given a printout of company name and booth number of everybody they scanned. And at the end of the show, you receive a printout with email addresses, I believe, that tells you everybody who was interested in the product that you had in there. So it's a really great program. They fill up pretty quickly. So if you're interested in this, you'll want to go to the website, to that marketing kit page, and you can sign up for it right through there. Then the other thing that the showcase does, as long as you meet that deadline of February 3rd, is any new product that, they have to be new products, by the way. If you're launching them in January, we still consider that a new product. Every product that you submit into the new product showcase for that $300 fee is, by February 3rd, is eligible to be judged for an IHA Global Innovation Award. We call this GIA. And that is judged by a panel of expert judges. Any winner, we have like a whole finalist winner program. You get invited to the gala on Saturday night, and then any honorees are put in our Hall of Global Innovation in their own special display case. So this is a whole program. New product showcase, by the deadline, automatically enters you into the Innovation Award judging. And there's the sign up for Innovation Awards. If you click on it, it'll explain it in a little bit more detail. And then next to that, you'll see the Color Watch by Pantone display. This is another really highly coveted display case in our Hall of Global Innovation. You can go sign up to be considered for the Pantone display. They're going to they're going to spotlight 2018 colors is what they put out there. Lee Eisman, who's the head of Pantone, does a few presentations that fill rooms of thousands of people during the show, and they announce the 18 colors. Here's a picture of what the Pantone displays look like. So if they want to consider your product, they'll reach out to you and ask you for catalogs and then samples. Sometimes they'll want to see your catalog and they'll request several samples from you. So this is a great program. You'll note the deadline on there is January 11th, and that's pretty fast and hard. So make sure to sign up now if you want to do that. So order writing at the show. You know, the show is a very top-to-top show. You get a lot of CEOs, presidents, DMMs, GMMs walking the show, and there's a lot of business being done verbally. However, we do have quite a big specialty and independent audience, and they want to come and write orders. So this slide's really about being prepared. Some people come to the show and they're like, oh, it's not an order writing show, I don't need any materials, but you do. So we have a order writing form that's pretty generic on the website you can download or bring your own. Point is you want to be prepared. So during the show specials are really important. Really important to make sure you get on your HC365 page because people will search specifically by show special. Talk to your manufacturer's reps. They want you to have show specials. It's a great way for them to drive business into your booth. So it's a great thing. We've got people who've done incredible amounts of order writing business in the upwards of $250,000 because they've done show specials and they're prepared to write orders. So for the show special on HC365, all it does is indicate you have a special. You don't list your special on the site. So they have to come to you to find out what the special is. So this is another really important freebie. This is a lead retrieval unit. We've got 800 of them that we complimentary to the first 800 that sign up. Granted, we're a show of over 2,200 exhibitors. I would suggest right after this webinar you go sign up for your free lead retrieval so you're guaranteed one. It's going to, you scan a badge, it's going to give you the person, your buyer you're scanning, and their email address. We consider this a business card transaction. At the end of the show, you're going to get another report showing you everybody you scanned and their contact information, and the buyers are also going to get the same report of everybody that, every booth they were scanned in. You'll see a February 2nd deadline on here. I do want to caution you when you go to sign up for this, it's going to ask you for a credit card number. That's part of just the way the system's set up. You do need to enter a credit card number, but you will not be charged anything. It's just how the registration company has to, until they rebuild their website, we got to put a credit card in. So new for the home signs, if you've got new products, you definitely want to sign up for these. You can sign up for as many signs as you need. There's no limit on that. This deadline is February 17th. I'll tell you, we see these signs all over the globe. People get them for the show and they carry them with them to all their shows, domestic and international. Made in USA, Don mentioned that quite a bit on HC365. This is a self-policing certification, but you do have to agree to the U.S. federal regulations on Made in USA products. Please do not check this box if you do not have Made in USA products that meet the criteria. Our buyers tell us they get really upset when they go specifically to see something and it doesn't meet the criteria. So that's February 17th. There are none of these signs on site. This has to be pre-registered for, and you will receive 2 signs the Friday before the show opens. So new this year, we're starting to go into the smart home category. These would be products that are app-enabled or have intelligent sensors on them, like a robotic vacuum. It's the same kind of thing. There is criteria you have to meet. You just need to go into that same section in special marketing opportunities on 365 or on the marketing kit. It'll take you to the same place, and I'll select the criteria. If you do have smart home products and you meet the definition, you will also be listed in a special directory that will be handed out as part of an education piece on site. And we have a new special display for smart home. If you want to learn more about that, you can do that through the website as well. Okay, so we talked a little bit about follow-up plan. I'd say the biggest thing you want to do is use those reports from the lead retrieval and or the showcase, new product showcase if you enter it. Very important to follow up on the leads you've taken at the show. You will get the 2017 registered buyer list will be available in April. That will go from April to the next show season, just like you have access now to the 2016 list. And then we talked about the MyLeads data, and then you want to go through that buyer list again and target companies that maybe you reached out to, maybe you had an appointment and they couldn't make it. You know, you want to go back and look for companies that maybe you met at the show but you didn't take contact information. You know what to do. Important to have a follow-up plan. There's a huge percentage of people who invest the money they do to come to the show, make great contacts, and then they don't do the follow-up, and you just lose out. So we're going to turn it over to Deb now, and she's going to tell you all about the media opportunities.
Okay, I'm going to take a few minutes now to talk to you about how you can reach the consumer through the news media who attend the show. And the show generates over 350 million consumer impressions in the news media. That's print, internet, broadcast, however we can monitor and find media coverage, that's where it comes from. These numbers don't include all of the social media numbers, so as you can tell, with bloggers and YouTube influencers and everyone else who attends our show, that number obviously can be exponentially bigger. Now, you may wonder, what is a consumer impression and how do we calculate that? What I do is I have monitoring services for print and internet and broadcast, and I take the audience numbers, the circulation numbers from newspapers and magazines, viewership numbers from websites, and then like the Nielsen numbers from the broadcast and radio programs, and it just adds those up, and that is how we get our consumer impression. Some of you may work with a PR agency. They may use a multiplier of 3, but ours is just pure. It's just the straight numbers. So considering that newspapers or magazines may be passed on, or more people may be watching a broadcast at one time, obviously this number can be a lot bigger than 350 million. And my job is to try and help you get some of that exposure. And so I'm going to talk about some services that, if you do these and help us, let us know about your new products, we'll be able to help you. I do have a team of freelance PR people who work with me pitching the consumer media to try and get them interested in the show and write about it if they can't come, and then they work with them while they're there. So you may be hearing from these people or meeting these people during the show. Now, on the screen is the page in the marketing kit with all of the opportunities to reach the news media, and I'm going to be talking about these briefly as we go through. First, we have several services that you have to take advantage of before the show to get this exposure during the show. The first service we have is our show preview press event, and that is going to be February 1st in New York City. It's a great way to jumpstart your PR. We usually get 50 to 60 consumer and trade editors attending, and for some of the consumer editors, this is their only opportunity to see the new products from you for 2017 because they don't come to the show in March. Some of them do, some of them don't, but they know it's a preview of the show, and so they like to come to see the new products. We'll film a brief demonstration video that we'll put on our website after the event, and also hand out a product catalog. You can display up to 4 new products, and those, an image and a description along with your contact information will go in that catalog. Now, there's another benefit of being in this press event. My PR team will be reviewing all of these entries to look for new products as they start pitching the news media. In January, the morning news programs and some of the major media want to know what new products are going to be at the show. Well, the show is still 2 months away, and not all exhibitors have entered their information in Housewares Connect 365. So we use these products in the product catalog to as samples of new products making their debut. We'll hold another press event in June for IHA members, and that's kind of like your holiday fourth quarter focus, and information on that will be available after the show. But for the February 1st event, I still have 19 tables left. It's limited to 60 companies, so you would just be one of 60 exhibitors showing your new product, and it's a great way to meet with the media. Next is the show media list from 2016, and as with the buyer list, it is posted on the website on the same page with the buyer list. You need your company ID and seniority number to download it. If you are a PR agency listening in today, or if you work with a PR agency and you have them do all of the marketing and the PR services for you, we cannot give them your company ID and seniority number. You will have to provide that. Please do not contact either Dawn or I at IHA to ask for that information. If you're an agency, we can only give it to the exhibiting company directly. But the list is free. It has over 400 names of consumer and trade and international media on there. We encourage you to use this list to create your pitching list for the show. It does include the email addresses if the media said we could give them to you. And there's the address to download the list. The 2017 pre-registered list will be available in mid-February after we close off media registration. Now, one of the few paid services we have is a traveling media tour. And this is another way to get some consumer exposure, but you do have to pay for it. We work with a third-party vendor who has a couple of reporters, and what we do is we go into TV stations around the country, out in the West Coast, on the East Coast, some smaller stations, and the traveling media tour is like a news segment. And it's limited to 6 to 8 companies. You will have category exclusivity if you participate. So say if you make a coffee maker, you will be the only company that makes with a coffee maker in the traveling tour. It takes place a few weeks prior to the show. The deadline to sign up is January 31st. Also, this is the only media tour that is sponsored by IHA. You may be contacted by other vendors saying that they're doing a Housewares satellite media tour, or they're doing the official Housewares tour. No, unless it comes from Gigi Lubin at Newsmark, that is not the IHA tour. If somebody does contact you and you're leery about them, or you want to know if they're sponsored by IHA, please send me an email, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Now, if you look through the marketing kit and you said, Deb, you have a lot of information there, and I just can't do it all, the one way to let the media know about your new products is through the new product information for the news media. And earlier, Nancy talked about the 365 listings and how everything up there is public for everyone to see who looks at your listing. The new product information for news media listings are private. The news media can only view these listings through their briefcase. They have to sign into their briefcase.
Excuse me, Debbie?
Yes.
There is a question for you. How much is it for participation in the media event?
Our show press event?
Yes.
It's $1,500 for one company representative, $1,700 for 2 company representatives, and $1,900 for 3. You really don't need more than 2 people. The details of what you get at the press event, the table and the Wi-Fi and electricity, all of that is on the web page on our website. So I would visit that for more details. So now, getting back to the new product information for the news media, as I said, the media have to be in their briefcase to see it. So if you enter these listings, you go to look at your 365 listing on Housewares Connect 365, you won't see them. Your competitors won't see them, buyers won't see them. And as I said, they're free, and we have a couple of ways for you to enter the information. One is on your update your company listing page. If you see on the bottom where it says marketing services, it says new product for the media, click there, and it will take you to the marketing kit web page and to enter. And then this is the marketing kit web page. Just click on new product information for news media. Now, the nice thing about this service is you don't need your company ID or seniority number to enter the listings. So if your PR agency is entering this information for you, all they have to do is put the company name in the search box, and your company will pop up, and then they click at it, and it'll take them to the entry page. And as with any listing in 365, we encourage you to enter a photograph. You can only enter 1 photo with each listing. There are about 20 categories that you would select one to have the product listing entered under. The news media have a special search in their briefcase for the new product for media listings. And again, my PR team reviews these listings to look for products to use as examples with the news media in pitching them. We also may be calling and asking you for a sample of your product to have in the news center in our products room. And that's a great thing because the media, they like to see the products, so we have a special product room in the news center, and we go through all these listings to select products for that. On your screen right now is a sample of using Casabella again. Last year they entered a lot of new products in the service, and this is what your administration page looks like once you enter the products. So you can always go back and edit or change a picture. I would encourage you to have them up by mid-February, one, so my PR team can look through them. Also, the media will start searching for this information then. Now, the second most asked question at the show is who's going to be there. You know, first the media are asking me what's new at the show, what are the new products. Then they say, Deb, who's going to be there? Who are the celebrities of the show? And the way that you can let the news media and buyers and anybody attending the show know about the celebrity in your booth or the designer in your booth or some special event you're having in your booth is through the special events product demonstration listing. And that's in the Housewares Connect 365 update page. It's called in-booth appearance, and on the marketing kit page it's called special events. It's the exact same entry, and you can do it again as with the new product information for news media. All you have to do is enter your company name in the search box, and it will take you to the entry page. So your agency doesn't need your seniority number or company ID. Now the trade publications, lastly, the March 17th is the deadline. That's the day before the show, obviously. You don't want to be entering these during the show. So the earlier you can enter this information, the more exposure it will have to the buyers and to the news media searching. Okay. Now moving on, the trade publications, you know, they're a big part of the show and a big part of looking at all the new products. And we have 3 services that will help you connect with the trade publications. The first is we have their editorial listing up there, a listing of all the editors that you can use that to create your list, your pitching list to them, and so check that out. Also, the trade publications want the information about your new products. The buyers read the trade publications before the show to specifically look for new products, and the trade publications want that information. It is a free editorial opportunity for you. You don't get charged for this. So in the marketing kit, we have a trade publication editorial opportunity page, and it lists all the international and the domestic publications and what their requirements are for submitting the new product information to them and who to do it, who to send it to, and then also the deadlines. On the international trade pubs, some of the deadlines are in December, so I would encourage you to go there right away and take a look at that. Also, if you have, if you're familiar with Giftware News, their editor is looking for new product information right now. So his information, if it's not up there yet, just email me and I'm happy to provide it to you if he's looking for new product information for his January, February issue. And then lastly, if you want to advertise, we also have a listing of all the advertising contacts and the advertising deadlines for the trade publications. Now, we have an online press room through Virtual Press Office. This is a paid opportunity. If you say, I don't want to do a paper press kit, I want to do something online, you can pay to submit your press kit online. The media can download these kits from their office or during the show. The kits stay up there in the online press room for a year. They'll be up there from now until like next October when we start the next show cycle. Again, this is a paid service, but there are several packages available, so even a small company can do it. I think you get 3 items for $3.99. Virtual Press Office also offers newswire distribution through PR Newswire, and that's something that you can purchase at a discount through them as well. Now I'm going to talk about a couple of things during the show that you can do. The first is near and dear to my heart. It's the show News Center, and this is where the media come to, that's their headquarters of the show. We are located in S401, which is level 4 of the South Building. This will be our 3rd year up there. We still kind of call it a new location because for like 20 years we were down on level 2 of the North Building, so this is still a new location to many people. And this is where you can get your press kits in the hands of the news media. We will put your press kits out for free. You can, if you do a paper kit, a CD, or a USB drive, we can put those out. And this is a picture of how we distribute them. In the News Center, we have these flat walls, and we hang clear plastic bins on them. We put them in alphabetical order by company. So it's very important to have your company name and maybe a photo of your product on the cover, but make sure you have your company name, because then my staff, they put them out alphabetical order, and the media will come and they will take the kits, and we provide them boxes so that they will ship them back to their offices free of charge after the show, so they'll have them throughout the year to work with. We cannot send you back your extra kits. You're free to come to the news center before the show closes on Tuesday the 21st, and we're happy to give you back any extra kits that we have left in the news center, because they only get tossed as when the show is broken down. So we encourage you to do this. Again, it's free. In the kit, you would include a press release, photos, your catalog sheet, your contact information. Details for shipping the kits are located on the marketing kit page. And the deadline to get me your kits is March 17th. We need them in that week before while we're setting up. So you can't send them to McCormick Place before March 12th or so. So you would do it between like the 12th and the 17th. Or you can drop them off when you're coming to set up your booth. I will be in the news center beginning Wednesday, the 15th. So, and we're happy to have you there, and also give you a tour of what we do in the news center. Now, if you want to write a press release, but you don't know how, or you don't have a PR person or an agency that you're working with, we do offer a paid service called My Press Release Writer. And all you have to do is go online and answer a few simple questions about your company, your product, give a brief description, and it all kind of comes together, and in about 48 hours you will get a Word document that is yours to keep, yours to post wherever. It's a press release written by a professional writer. Again, it's $99 per release, and if you do, say, 3 releases, that's $300. Well, I don't know any company that would write a press kit for you for under $300. I think that's a pretty good deal. And as I say, you can post the press releases on your website. You can make them a PDF and put them in your Housewares Connect 365 listing. Again, remember that wouldn't be searchable by the media, but at least if they clicked on company news, they would see your information. Okay, now I want to talk for a minute about news media that come to the show. Media registration, they get a blue badge. They will have a blue stripe across the bottom of their badge. And we have 3 different types of news media that we give badges to. News media, which is your traditional print, broadcast, and trade editors. Internet media, which would be your news websites and internet-based publications. And then bloggers, who may be your traditional mommy bloggers, your foodie bloggers. YouTube influencers may want to be a blogger or internet media. But these are the people that should be giving you free media coverage. At IHA, we believe that publicity is free. If someone wearing one of these badges comes into your booth and asks you to pay for coverage, whether they say, hey, I'll film a video about you, we'll do a little video story, but we have a production fee that you have to pay, that's not news media. That's a pay-for-play type coverage, and let me know, and if somebody comes to your booth, tell me who it is, and we'll make sure that they don't have a media badge, for the next year. What we have done this year too, for the sales side on the trade and consumer publications, is we have a trade guest badge for them. It would either be a clear badge holder or a yellow badge holder, and on the bottom it will say Trade Pub Sales and Marketing or Consumer Pub Sales and Marketing, and these are the sales people. So even though it says publication on their badge, they are the sales or marketing side, and so they may try and sell you advertising. Also, after the show, when you're looking at the media list and you see somebody's name on there that you know came to your booth and tried to sell you something, let me know about that as well. If you don't work with the PR agency but would like to, please contact me. I have a list of agencies I'm happy to share with you, and they're for all size companies, and I think they work with all budgets. I've known most of these people for at least 20 years, and they all do very well for their clients. And then lastly, after the show, as with buyers, you need to do follow-up with the media. After the show, the 2017 show media list will be available at the same time as the buyer list. You'll get an email when that's available, and download that, and we encourage you to use that for your pitching list throughout the year. And then also update your Housewares Connect 365 listing throughout the year, because that's where I send the media. In June or July, when I get a call from an editor asking about new products or companies in a certain category, I will send them the Housewares Connect 365. And then finally, we will have our June press event in New York on June 15th. Again, the details on that will be coming out after the show.
Thanks, Deb. All right, we're just about finished here. We've got a few housekeeping notes. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar that it is being recorded, and we will be sending you the link. You can find that under the Education tab on housewares.org. We also have some other pre-recorded webinars. Thursday, December 8th, we will be doing a webinar on boothmanship and booth design, kind of the fundamentals of what you need to have a good booth design to attract buyers. So if you haven't signed up for that, I would encourage that. TheInspiredHome.com, I'm sure Lindsay will be working with all of you on this. This is our consumer platform. There's an editorial calendar for this. You can find this all on the website. We've had some really good success with this. I'm sure we're the only trade show that helps you reach the consumer, so please take a look at it. It's a beautiful site, a lifestyle site. We feature stories and shop the stories. So talk to Lindsay if you've got questions on that. The show, we have what we call a power hour. The show closes at 5:30. We consider that kind of a soft close. So if you've got buyer meetings you need to wrap up, or you can stay until 6:30, and then you'll know when it's closing time. New this year, we've got our early morning buyer meetings. So we've had people take advantage of this, but we've never really had a process. If you're interested in doing early meetings before show opens at 8:30, you can fill out this form and get approval. And similar to the directory warning, you may see the OnPeak is our hotel provider, our housing provider. You may get emails from other people. If it's not OnPeak, we ask that you do not engage with them. They're not giving you the best hotel rates. They're not affiliated with the show. Please pass those emails on to us. We get them all the time, every year. I please do encourage you to go through OnPeak on the website. You can book your housing. There's early bird discount rates happening right now. There's a lot of perks to doing that, including cancellations up to the day of the show with no penalties, and the best rates that we can get in the city of Chicago in March, which are usually really good. And then lastly, and this kind of ties in with this webinar on Thursday, we will be doing a new award called Excellence in Booth Design that we'll be presenting this year on the show floor. Go ahead to the same place where you kind of find the marketing kit. You can get to this Booth Design Award to opt in through the marketing kit, or if you go to show, exhibit at the show, you'll see a boothmanship tab, and you can click on that, and it will take you. There's some great information there, fundamentals listed in detail, lighting, prop use, etc. So now, lastly, Dawn's going to talk to you about finding a manufacturer's rep if you need that.
If you're looking to find a manufacturer's rep, we have a link on our website called Rep Connect. And if you are a rep, you can sign up there. If you're looking for a representative, you can click on the IHRA logo, and it will take you to the Housewares Representatives Association's website, where you can find representation in your state. Or you can always put a sign up in your booth that you're looking for reps.
So that wraps us up. Are there any additional questions we can answer?
There are no additional questions at this time.
Okay, there you'll find our email addresses. You can also find that on the website. Thank you for your time today, and any follow-up, Lindsay would be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.